And that's how it's always been.
Right.
You know, I find myself cussing people out all the time because I see it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, when it's gonna stop.
But you can't give them that reaction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, enough to just look at them and walk out the door, and sometimes just say thank you, brother, or thank you, sister, and the way that you do it, you know, that'll let them know exactly where you're coming from. And then some, it may never touch you. We just don't know. But don't let them take you out of character, you know, to stop your blessings. Because your thing is take their information and be a blessing. You know, help those along the way that you can, financially, emotionally, physically, whatever you can do. You know, that's what you've been called to do. So we can't give up on us, because if we don't get us together, who will? They like it just the way that it is. And if we keep walking with that flag, with a flag and a pole in our hand, say, hey, things have to change. Things got to change. We will change. But, you know, sometimes people, we just have to show them how to change. You know, we just don't know. We've been stuck in this rut, and we've been stuck to believe this particular way. We've been taught against ourselves, and we believe that narrative. You know, we began to believe that we were not beautiful, our hair was this way and this and that, and we didn't feel valued or validated or beautiful until other people began to do the same thing. Now you can't beat somebody buying our shape. You can't beat somebody pumping up their lips. You can't beat other races trying to braid their hair and get it curly. And come on now. We have to know our own value. We can't expect anyone else to validate us or to see our own value. We have to see that ourselves, you know. And come on now, you know, we go to when the truck needs to be serviced. We go and they see if it's one of us, they're trying to get us. We know this truck inside and out. So you can't tell us all this and come up with all of these things as to this truck was brand new. So we know what's there, and just give us what we ask for. But you take it to another company and they just, be a little bit more fair, a little bit more forthright with you. And it's sad that they see you coming and they try to get you.
Your own people try to get you.
Right.
I mean, it's one thing when you pull up in a Mercedes or some type of foreign car, and they trying to overcharge you because they automatically think you got money.
Right.
But just by looking at your skin color or your own people, they're automatically trying to do something shiesty.
Right.
And you know, if you trying to get something fixed in your house, just say for instance, I'm trying to get some work done in my house, some wood, some tiles put down or something in the bathroom.
Okay.
And so I'm automatically say, you know what, let me find one of my people, because I'd rather see them get the money.
Wow.
You know, and then when they come to do the job,
half do it, not equipped, they late.
They late. They don't know what they doing half the time. Not saying everybody, but I'm just saying majority of the people. And so
we ran across.
They want half of the money up front. You give them half of the money. You expecting them to do a good job, and then they mess it up, or they half do it, or when you finish paying them the money, you know, you think, let me go ahead, you know, because they give you some type of sob story, man. I need the money to pay my rent or something like that. And you mess around and pay them all the money or whatever, and then, you know, you regret it because they did a half-ass job, or they stole the rest of your equipment. They bought extra supplies with your money
for other jobs.
Yeah. They didn't overcharge you. They did a half-ass job.
Right.
And you gonna tell yourself, you know what? I ain't dealing with my kind no more.
And you have to get it redone. So you're paying double.
Yeah.
Actually.
And so I'm gonna run over here and get one of these Hispanics to do it. You know, at Home Depot. I'm gonna get it done a little cheaper, and they know what they're doing. That's what we think. And so we don't even much want to deal with our own kind no more sometimes because of situations like that.
Yeah, the truth is the truth. You know, it's hard to accept sometimes, and you know, there again, I can't give up on my people because they're my people. And a lot of times there again, we do things out of ignorance. We do things out of not really knowing the consequences on the other end. And hey, I mean, I have no choice but to ride with my people because that's what I am. But I may not like the way some things go. I may not like how sometimes, you know, the response that I get. I may not. But so don't take any of this as to say that, you know, we're bashing our people or we're against. Oh, no. Because I'm the number one cheerleader. I'm just an advocate for change. I'm just an advocate to say, hey, enough is enough. You know? And we can do it. And that's the thing. They know we can do it. But it takes us to realize that we can do it. When we realize that we can do it, man, we'll own the world. And that's what it is. That's why they cut Kunta Kinte's foot off. Because they knew he came over here as a king. And he came to rule. So they tried to take everything away from him. And keep him so he wouldn't be able to move. They wanted to detain him and contain him. But what was deep down within him, they couldn't. And he refused. And that's where we need to be. We need to pick up a little Kunta. We need to realize that all the laws that's being set up, all the different boundaries that they're setting up for us now, that it is to detain us and contain us. But you know what? Just like Kunta, he rose because of what was deep down within him. So we have to keep fighting with that little bit that's down within us. And that little bit, it takes just a little water to multiply. All we got to do is get it together. All we got to do is come together and breathe. And once we breathe upon each other, we breathe life, we breathe hope. Come on now, we breathe strength, we breathe wisdom, and we breathe love.
Well, we're still on the road.
long way to go.
A long way to go.
Yes.
We headed back to Houston.
Yes.
Still in Detroit.
No, it's Toledo.
Okay, we're in Toledo now.
Yeah. Leaving out of Toledo. Yeah.
It say Chicago right here.
I mean, you probably can hit Chicago from this way, but you know, we're not going to Chicago. You better not follow anything going to Chicago, boy.
So we headed back to Houston. We got probably about 17 hours to go.
18.
18 hours to go.
Yeah, 18.
And so we just venting right now.
Right. Of our experience thus far. You know, we've taken several road trips across the United States, and I don't know, a lot of different states, the way that they're set up, the atmosphere. If you hadn't been out, it will really shock you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it'll open your eyes to a lot of things.
When you think about Texas, you might think about cowboy boots and cows and horses.
Right.
But, I mean, you know, you got that, you know, in the country parts.
Right.
But, like, in the cities, Houston, Dallas, you know, you might still see that, too.
Yeah.
Some people own horses.
Right.
You know, they got ranches and they got land with stuff like that on it. But majority, you know, you got, it's just like California, New York, you know. You got cars fixed up, people riding around. In convertible cars with the tops down and just enjoying the weather because, you know, it's always hot and sunny in Texas.
Right.
You know, but the next day when you wake up, it could be cold outside. You know.
You know they say our weather's bipolar.
But not to the point to where it's snowing or nothing like that.
Right.
You know. But lately, the weather been kind of thrown off. But you would think down south, it's a lot of, like, I guess, prejudice going on down here.
Right.
In Texas.
Right.
But we don't see a lot of that for whatever reason in Houston.
Okay.
Not to say that it's not going on.
Right.
But, I mean, you know, everybody these days, they try to be hip. They try to be down, you know. But when we travel to, what?
Ooh, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Tennessee.
I mean, down that way.
Yeah.
Man, we could feel it.
It was thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could breathe it. It was thick. But you know what? I mean, you know me. I always have my little views on it. I just feel that, of course, we know that it's there in Houston. And, of course, we know that it's there in Texas. It's everywhere. And do you think that is that we're so comfortable with that atmosphere, we're comfortable with that culture to where we can't really see it? You get what I'm saying? But by us being, you know, just passing through Arizona, dropping into Tennessee for a day or two, you know, it's really there. And you know, because we are coming from Houston and, you know, we desire quality things, we're going to go to the quality area. And majority of the time, it's like we're out of place, you know. And I think that that's more so what it is. I mean, it's probably just as thick. You get people that coming in from other parts of the United States and other parts of the world for that, and I'm quite sure they'll tell you, hey, when they get to Texas or Houston or Dallas, that they probably feel a little something, you know. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm gonna be partial to Texas, you know, born there, raised there, but I don't think that it's any better. It's all a part of the game. We're still a pawn in their game, and that's just, I don't know. It's just how I see it.
A lot of people from different states, New York, California,
right?
They're moving to Texas, maybe because it's cheaper living down here,
right?
But I mean, if I didn't grow up in New York or California, I mean, I'm not gonna really know the difference, I guess, until I come to Texas. And because if they've been calling me boy all my life,
right?
You know, I'm used to it,
right?
You know, so if I take a trip down there to Arizona and I hear them calling my cousin, hey boy, get over here.
Right.
And I'm gonna look at him like,
offense,
you gonna let them talk to you like that?
Right.
You know, and he don't see nothing wrong with it because that's how they been treating him all his life.
Right.
You know, but that's gonna get a whole checked in Houston.
You sure right.
I mean, you ain't sure
right.
Ain't nobody calling nobody, hey boy, get over here.
What?
All that type of talk.
Right.
You know, but it just I don't know, it just, some people seem like they get away with a lot of stuff. When we went to some of this small town, to this Walmart.
Oh my gosh, that was in Arizona. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I had got a flat tire. Wound up getting the tire changed and everything. But before I got the tire changed, I stood in line for about 2 hours. And people kept jumping in front of me, and I'm like, the guy told me to get over here and they was gonna help me, but they never came back.
Right.
And then finally I said, hey, y'all gonna help me or what?
Right.
You know, and he made a fly remark to me or whatever, you know, you just wanted a tire. I said, yeah, I want you to change the tire, put it on my trailer.
Right.
You know, that type of man, that type of talk there, you know.
The service that I paid for, the service of which everyone else in here is receiving, but you just wanted to put my tire on the rim, and
that was it.
Yeah, I guess we take it from there because we were black. And honestly, I mean, I'm sorry, but I feel like we were the only ones like that in that Walmart.
Yeah. I mean, they had probably about a handful of them, but majority was, you know, but
right.
I tried to keep my cool because I was like, I don't want to go get locked up down here
right.
for popping this dude in his mouth.
Right.
You know, but once we got the tire changed and everything, we did
let him know,
you know, how we felt, you know, but I guess just...
And whether it means a hill of beans to anyone, I will write corporate when I receive good service, and I write corporate when I receive below the par surface. So I did exactly that. If they decide to ever really look at it and do anything, I haven't heard anything back from them. But if they decide, well then great. If not, I voiced it. I voiced my concern, my opinion on things. They need some, you know, some sensitivity courses taken on, and hey, that's it. I just know I have my money, and to make sure my money is my power. So therefore, let me stay up out of Arizona. Let me make sure as much as I can not to help. I don't care if it's a dime. I don't care if it's a penny. I don't want to contribute at all.
But yeah, we're still on the highway. Domersville Road. Wherever that's at.
Right.
You see all that snow out there?
Let's see.
See, we ain't used to seeing all this snow. Used to seeing all this snow. It's snow everywhere.
Right.
Luckily, the roads ain't too icy where I can drive on it. The store getting dark though. I think I'm gonna pull over.
Yeah.
Give me a room for the night.
Right.
And store back around 6 or 7 in the morning.
That sounds good. Take it on in.
But
it's a lot that we could say, and it's a lot that crosses our mind and our heads as we are traveling or whatever, and just getting a clear view of life and just putting things into perspective. So y'all hang tight, and when something else crosses our mind, we'll pop back up and talk a little more along this road trip, taking a trip from Michigan to Houston. So until next time, y'all,
we're out.